France continues to stand firm over fishing rights in a post-Brexit trade deal, likely sparking fury among both British and European negotiators. French Minister Delegate for Foreign Trade, Franck Risseter, has reiterated France's position on fisheries. The politician said the EU did not want to secure a post-Brexit trade deal with the UK at any cost and highlighted areas the bloc must stand firm on. Speaking on News this morning, Mr. Risseter said, "Yes, we want a deal with the British, but not at any cost. We don't want the UK to become a platform for re-exporting Chinese products, for example. We must guarantee the rule of origin, fair competition with the British to avoid dumping and state aid. We must guarantee governance between the EU and the UK, and we must make sure our fishermen continue to have access to British waters." Fishing is a major stumbling block in the current trade talks, which resumed this week after Boris Johnson walked away from the negotiations last Friday, stating the EU was unwilling to make any compromises. Currently, European fishermen follow fishing quotas drawn up by the EU, which determine the percentage share of fishing stocks linked to their exclusive economic zones on a yearly basis. Britain wants a new system introduced once the country has finally cut ties with the bloc, which allows UK fishermen greater control over British waters. The system proposed by the UK would see annual negotiations on fishing and the calculation of opportunities using the zonal attachment method. But Brussels wants to stick with the status quo and follow the existing quota system. French President Emmanuel Macron is leading the demands to not offer any concessions on fisheries. He has refused any change to the current arrangements, saying he won't abandon the country's fishermen. The tough stance has long infuriated British negotiators, but today it appears Mr. Macron is preparing for a climb down on his hardline demands for access to British waters. In private meetings with fishing industry chiefs, the government has hinted at a possible compromise in the wrangling over an EU-UK future relationship pact. Ministers said fishermen should brace for impact after the end of the post-Brexit transition period on the 31st of December. After the meeting, fisherman Jerome Viquelin said, "I was rather blunt and said, it's all well and good you came, but I'm worried because just a 10-15% cut in turnover would be a disaster over the long term." They were blunt too. They said it won't be the same as before. For me it's clear, they just want to try to limit damages as much as possible. After last week's Crunch EU summit, Mr. Macron conceded a no-deal Brexit would mean losing all access to British waters. He said, "If there is no deal, European fishermen will have no access to British waters whatsoever. That is the reality. If there is a deal, will the situation be the same as it is today? No, that's for sure."